Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the previous class, we have gone through the fundamentals of working stress method. We have derived the design parameters such as lever arm factor, then how to find the moment of resistance with respect to concrete, steel and concrete. Okay, and finally how to find area of steel and percentage of steel. So today we'll see the codal provisions for the permissible stresses. So So for that, uh, you have to refer part 2 of IS 3370. See, table 1 gives the permissible stresses in concrete. So under direct tension and under uh, tension due to bending. So So this is your sigma CT, that is permissible stress in concrete due to direct tension, and this value is sigma CBT, permissible stress in concrete due to bending tension. Means when the in case of flexural member, we know that the under sagging, the top face will be in compression and bottom face will be in tension. So here this is due to this is the stresses at the bottom will be will be checked against sigma CBT, that is uh, the stresses due to bending tension, and in the top it will be sigma BC CBC, that is permissible stress in concrete due to bending compression. Okay, so members subjected to bending are checked for these values: bending tension and bending compression. Okay, so we'll be using this table 1. Okay, then for different grades of concrete, the permissible values are given here. Then table 2 is again permissible stress in concrete. Here the values for bending compression, that is sigma CBC, and direct compression are given. So this value is sigma uh, CC, that is permissible stress in concrete due to direct compression. Okay, and this value is sigma CBC, that is permissible stress in concrete due to bending compression. So for different grades of concrete, you can have these values, and this value is the permissible values of the shear stress. So it is tau BD. So uh, the same way you used to have the tau PD value for in limit state method, but different values are there for different grades of the concrete. So so you can have the values of tau PD also from table 2. Then then table 3 gives the permissible shear stress, the value of the tau C. So the same way you used to find it in the limit state method, here also you have to find the percentage of steel, that is 100 times AS by BD. and for different grades of the concrete you can interpolate to get the value of tau c. Okay, so these table 1, 2, 3 are for the permissible stresses in concrete, and table 4 is for the permissible stress in steel. So for mild steel subjected to tension, it is 115 MPa, and under compressive stress it is 125 MPa. And for high strength HYSD bar, the permissible the steel in tension, the permissible stress is 130, and steel in compression, permissible stress in is 140. Okay, so you can go through these from the code. So these tables I am pasting here, so you can have a reference. So this value is sigma CT, this is sigma CBT, this is sigma CBC, and this is sigma CC, and this is tau BD. This one is tau C, and this is sigma ST, and this is sigma SC. Means permissible stress in steel under tension, permissible stress in steel under compression. So with this we'll start a topic that is a member subjected to axial tension only. Okay, sometimes the components of a tank or a tank as a whole may be subjected to axial tension only. So how to design such members, so that we will see in this topic. So the necessary condition, for the design of such components is: number one, the tensile stresses in steel should be less than or equal to the tensile stresses in the steel should be less than the permissible tensile stress in steel. It should be less than sigma st, which is nothing but your permissible stress in steel under tension, or permissible tensile stress in steel reinforcement. Okay, so we have to make sure that the steel we are providing that should be sufficient, so that the tensile stresses in steel are less than this value sigma st. Okay, that is this for plain bars. It is this. Wait, this is sigma st and this is sigma sc. So for plain bars it is 115, and for HYST bar it is 130. Okay, so this is the first condition. So if T is the tensile force, so tensile stress in steel will be T divided by area of the steel, that is AST. Okay, so this is your tensile stress in steel, where T is the tensile force and AST is the area of the steel provided. So this should be less than or equal to sigma st. Okay, so from this you can write AST is equals to T by sigma st. Means if you have the tensile force acting on the component, then you can find the area of the steel required by dividing the tensile force by a permissible tensile stress in steel. So this is your first condition. Okay, second condition is the tensile stress in concrete should be less than or equal to sigma ct, that is the permissible stress in concrete under direct tension, which is the permissible stress in concrete under direct tension, that is this value. Okay, for different grades of the concrete we have different permissible values of tension, permissible stress, permissible values in permissible stresses in concrete due to direct tension. Okay, so if let us say this is my cross section. And let us say these are the bars. Okay, and let us say this is B that is the width, and let us say this is the overall depth, that is t. Okay, and let this area of the steel be AST. Okay, and let m be the modular ratio, m be the modular ratio. Okay, so for this case, the tensile stress in concrete will be T divided by area of concrete. Okay, or we can say equivalent area of the concrete, equivalent area. Okay, equivalent area of the concrete. Okay, and this should be less than sigma CT. Now the equivalent area of the concrete, so we have to transform this section into equivalent concrete section. So for that, we have to multiply or we have to transform this section. So for that, at the level of the steel, we have to convert the steel into equivalent concrete. This thing you might have studied in your mechanics of solid. This is your transformed section. So now the entire section is concrete. Okay, whereas the earlier section was the composite section. Okay, in which we had concrete as well as steel. So we are now converting the uh, this uh, this composite section into transform section. Just wait a minute. हाँ सर, लेक्चर में हूँ और वो फ़ोन इसलिए किया था कि मैंने एक आपको मेल किया, चौधरी किरण करके है, तो उसका आईडी जनरेट करना है. ओके, हाँ तो हाँ 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 तो मैं करता हूँ. So the area of this transform section if you remember from the mechanics of solid, it will be AEC, that is equivalent area of the concrete, will be equal to area of the concrete alone minus this area of the steel, okay, plus modular ratio times area of the steel. See, this is due to the hole deduction. Suppose wherever there is a steel, so we have to deduct the area of the steel from the area of the concrete. So you can write it as area of concrete plus m minus 1 times area of steel. Now what is the area of the concrete? Area of the concrete is B into T. So it will be BT plus m minus 1 times this AST. Okay, or we write, let us write only AS only, area of the steel, because we have used AS here. Okay. So this is your equivalent area of the concrete section. So it will be T divided by BT plus m minus 1 times AS. This should be less than or equal to sigma CT. Okay, so Uh, Now let us put this in terms of t. So it will be t times t. T should be less than or sigma ct times bt plus m minus 1 times as. Now again simplifying, you will get t minus m minus 1 times wait a minute minus this as. This should be less than or equal to times sigma ct times sigma ct. This should be less than sigma ct times b into t. Okay, we have uh, moved this term to the left side. Now what is sigma yeah, what is as? Here also we have to write as on it. So as is t by sigma st. So you can put as here. So t minus m minus 1, it is t by sigma st, okay, times sigma ct. This should be less than sigma ct times bt. Okay, this is from number 1. From 1 you get this. So you can take t as common here. So t common 1 minus m minus 1 sigma ct by sigma st, and this should be less than sigma ct times bt. So now you can transform this in terms of this thickness t. So this implies thickness t should be greater than or equal to t by b into sigma ct whole multiply by 1 minus m minus 1 sigma ct by sigma st. Okay, so for 1 meter width of section, for 1 meter width of, let us say, wall member, so your t required, that is the thickness required, should be greater than t should be greater than 1000. We are putting the value of b as 1000 because for 1 meter width it will be 1000 into sigma ct 1 minus m minus 1 times sigma ct divided by sigma st. Okay, so using this formula you can find the minimum thickness required for member subjected to this tension T. Okay. So this is the minimum thickness required to resist the tension T in a wall of 1 meter width. Okay, so we can also we know the values of sigma ct and sigma st from the tables above. Okay, see, we know the for different grades of the concrete we have the value of sigma ct and we have the values of sigma st for different grade of the steel. So for simplicity we can present this in a form of table. Okay, so see, for M20 grade, 25 grade, we know the values of the uh, sigma Ct. Okay, the value of the sigma Ct for M25 grade is it is 1.3, and M30 it is 1.5. Okay, it is 1.3 MPa, and for M30 it is 1.5 MPa. For mild steel, you have the value of sigma St as for mild steel it is 115, and for HYSD it is 130. So you have the value of 115 MPa here, and sigma St for HYSD bar is 130 MPa. So now you have the values. You can substitute here and find the minimum thickness. So your thickness in terms of the tensile force T would be uh, this. You can use this formula to find the minimum thickness, or you can use this formula also. Here the modular ratio for M25 grade will be, we know that the modular ratio M is equals to 280 by 3 times sigma CBC. Okay, so for M25 grade, the value of sigma CBC is sigma CBC for M25 grade it is 8.5, and for M30 grade it is 10. So you can find the modular ratio for M25 grade. The modular ratio will be 280 divided by 3 into sigma CBC for M20, that is 8.5. 8.5. So this will be 10.98. So here modular ratio will be 10.98, and for this M30 grade, modular ratio will be 280 divided by 3 into 10. The value of sigma CBC for M30 grade is 10. See. So it will be 9.333. So here it will be 9.33. So you put these values in this formula, you will get an expression of this form. So for different grade of concrete and steel, so you can use this formula to get the minimum thickness of the member. So say for example, if you are given that the grade of the concrete is M25 and you have to use mild steel, so the minimum thickness of the member subjected to direct tension you can get by this formula. You divide the values of the tensile force with this factor 1465. You will get the minimum thickness. So this is the one way using this. If you remember, you have to remember this formulas. You can find the minimum thickness. Otherwise, you can follow these steps to get the minimum thickness. Okay, whichever way is convenient to you, you can use. So now let us take an example, or before that let us go through the minimum steel requirement. Okay, we have seen that the steel required here due to the tensile force is T by sigma St. Okay, so this is the AS required, actually required to resist this force, but the code also says that some minimum steel has to be provided, so to resist the temperature stresses. So for that again we go through the code. So this is the minimum reinforcement clause for the minimum reinforcement. Okay, so minimum reinforcement in the walls, floors, and roofs in each of the two direction at right angle within each surface zone shall not be less than 0.35% of the surface zone. Okay, 0.35 of the surface zone for HYSD bars, and not less than 0.64% for the mild steel reinforcement. Okay, so if your reinforcements are HYSD bar, then you have to provide at least 0.35% of the surface zone as a minimum reinforcement, and if your reinforcement is mild steel, then you have to provide minimum 0.64% of the surface zone as the minimum reinforcement. Now, now the code also says that the minimum reinforcement can further be reduced to 0.24% of for deformed bars and 0.4% for the plain rounded bars for tanks having dimension not more than 15 mm. So if your tank dimensions are less than 15 meter, then you can reduce these values to 0.24% of the surface zone for deformed bars and 0.4% of the surface zone for the mild steel bars. Okay, so in case if if the dimensions of the tanks are less than this, less than 15 meter, you can go for the reduced minimum steel. Okay, now in wall slab less than 200 mm in thickness, the calculated amount of reinforcement may be placed on one face. Okay, so if the wall thickness is less than 200 mm, means if the thickness of the member is less than 200 mm, so in that case you can provide the reinforcement in one layer only. You need not to it is your choice to provide it on both the faces or in one single layer. Okay, but if it is more than 200 mm, then you have to provide the reinforcement in two layers only. Okay, so for ground slab less than 300 mm, uh, the calculated reinforcement should be placed in one face as near as possible to the upper surface with the nominal cover. Bar space should not exceed 300 mm or thickness of the section, whichever is less. So here the term surface zone is used. We'll now see what this surface zone means. So for this, so that is given in clause 8.1. Clause 8.1. Page 5. IS 3370 part 2. Okay, 2009. So So the surface zone, see, the minimum steel is given as AS minimum is equal to 0.34%. Wait a minute. 0.35% of the surface zone. 0.35% of surface zone. Surface zone, area of surface zone, in fact, percent of area of surface zone. Okay, this is for the for HYSD bars, and 0.64, this is for HYSD bar, and it is 0.64% of area of surface zone for mild steel. Okay, now again the code says that if the length of the member, if the dimension of the tank is for tanks having any dimension not more than 15 mm, if the dimension of the tank, or we can say if any of the dimension of the tank is less than 15, is less than 15 meter, so in that case your AS minimum, you can take this as 0.24 for HYSD bar and 0.4 for the plain bar. So 0.24 of the area of 0.24% of the area of surface zone for HYSD bar, or 0.4% of area of surface zone for mild steel. So in case if you are any of the tank dimension, if dimensions of tank are less than 15 meter, then you can use these values. Okay, otherwise you have to use this value. Now here the term surface zone is used. So what is this surface zone means? So in case if the depth of the wall or the thickness of the wall is less than 500, then the surface zone is the portion d by 2 within the depth d by 2 on upper and the lower side. Okay, so so this is the surface zone area. Okay, so this is the surface zone area, and you have to provide the amount of reinforcement within this for this much zone. Same way, this d by 2 area within this d by 2 is the surface zone. Now in case if the depth is more than 500, then let us say 600 mm, then top 250 mm is the portion which for which you have to find the minimum steel. That is, this portion is the area of the surface zone, and this is the area of the surface zone. Okay, and remaining inside, no need to provide steel, because the temperature stresses, the reason for this is ignored here. this portion is ignored, we don't provide any minimum steel in the core portion because temperature stresses are very small. The temperature stresses are mainly on the surface, so we have to provide the steel on as far as possible. So you leave the cover and cover requirements, and then you provide the steel. So as far as possible we have to provide the minimum steel satisfying the cover requirements. Okay, so these reinforcements are provided as far as possible near the surface, near the surface, satisfying cover requirement. The same way here also, on the bottom also. So the temperature stresses are, see, these minimum steels are provided, minimum steel is provided to cater, minimum steel is provided to cater for temperature stresses. Okay, and these temperature stresses, the temperature stresses are more near the surface, near the surface means either the top surface or the bottom surface. Okay, so we have to provide or we have to ensure that whatever the reinforcement we have provide for resisting the force is sufficient to carry this temperature steel. Otherwise we have to provide this minimum temperature steel. Okay, now here this is for the slab. Okay, next suppose we have a ground slab, so then what is the surface zone for that? So for that I have sent this soft copy of this book. You can also go through this book also. So this is for the ground slab, means here the bottom part is resting on the ground. Okay, so the temperature, there will be temperature difference on the top surface and the bottom surface. Okay, because this is resting on the ground, there will be temperature difference. Okay, for ground slabs such as rafts of a tank, so for ground slabs there will be temperature variation between the top and bottom surface. So the provisions for surface zone given in this are not applicable to this, because uh, at the bottom the temperature at bottom, the temperature is almost near 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, and at the top it may go up to 45 or so, depending on the locality. So there will be a temperature difference. So so we'll have different surface zone. So in case if the depth of the slab, ground slab, is less than 300, so then only the top portion that is occupied by the half the depth, that is d by 2, is considered as the surface zone. Okay, only this part is the surface zone, and this is ignored. Okay, this is ignored. Okay, so no bottom reinforcement are provided, only the portion uh, hatch that is considered as the surface zone, and whatever the steel required, so we have to provide it on the top. Same way, uh, if the depth is more than 300 but less than 500, so in that case uh, the uh, the surface zone is in the top is within the portion d by 2, and surface zone at the bottom is within the 100 depth. Okay, so this is the surface zone, this is the surface zone, and the inside portion is ignored. Okay, uh, so say for example, if the depth is 400 which is between 300 to 500, so half the depth of 400, that is 200, so within 200 the area of the steel required you have to find. So minimum area of the steel required for this will be 1000 width multiplied
म्यूट છે सर
सर
माइक
आप
म्यूट છે
माइक म्यूट है।
तो कब हुआ म्यूट? पहले बोलना चाहिए ना, पूरा लेक्चर खत्म हो गया तो फिर तुम बोल रहे हैं।
अभी हुआ सर अभी हुआ
अभी हुआ था, एक मिनट,
एक सेकंड पहले
Okay. So, and if the depth is more than 500, then the top portion is the surface zone, and the bottom 100 depth is the surface zone, and the inside portion is ignored. So you can find the minimum steel based on the surface zone. See for the ground slab, we have temperature variation at the top and bottom surface, because the bottom face is resting on the ground, so the temperature near the bottom surface is around 10 degrees Celsius, and at the top it is the surrounding temperature, so there will be temperature variation. So for such we have different surface zone area, so we cannot use the surface zone mentioned in the in this figure. So for ground slab, if the depth of the slab or if the thickness of the slab is less than 300 then the surface zone is the portion within half the depth from the top. Okay, that is the surface zone area. And if the thickness of the depth is between 300 to 500, then half the portion half the depth from the top is the surface zone in the top, and the portion 100 from the bottom is the surface zone near the bottom face. And for depth more than 500 the top 250 thickness is the surface zone area, and the top 100 thickness bottom 100 thickness is the surface zone near the bottom face. Okay, see here on the right side the examples are given. Say for example, if we have a depth of 600 then within the 250 depth from the top you have to provide the steel, and steel should be provided as near to the surface as possible, satisfying the cover requirement. Same way from the bottom also, in the bottom 100 depth you have to provide such that it is as close to the bottom surface as possible, satisfying the cover requirement. Okay, this is an example of depth having thickness between 300 to 500. So for 400 thickness, it is within the top 200 that is the half the thickness of the thickness, that is 200 you have to provide the steel, and for the bottom 100 you have to provide the minimum steel. And for thickness less than 300 let us say if the thickness is 200 mm, then you have to provide this for the 100 mm depth. Okay. So from this you can find the area of the surface zone, and depending upon your grade of the steel, you can find the minimum steel. Okay. Say for example, if you are using HYSD bar, then from the hatch portion you can find the area of the zone, and you multiply with this factor, you get the minimum steel. Okay. So this is about the minimum steel. Now we'll take one example. Related to design of members subjected to tensile tension only. Example 1. Design a section to resist an axial tension force, axial tensile force of 250 kilonewton. Okay, and you have been given use M30 grade of concrete. Okay. And HYSD bar. So let us try to solve this. So here you have been given the value of the tensile force, that is 250 kilonewton, that is axial tension. Okay, then M30 grade of concrete is given to you, and Fe 415 grade of steel is given to you. So you can see from this table, for HYSD bar of grade M30, the formula is T by 1660. To get so minimum thickness you can get from this formula, or we'll see both the method. So this is method 1. That is using table. Okay, so using table, the minimum thickness T minimum is equal to tension divided by 1660. This is for M30 and Fe 415. Okay, so here the tension force is 250 into 10 to the power 3 Newton divided by 1660. So you will get the minimum thickness. So how much is this? So it is 150.6. It is around 150.6. So say let us say 160 mm. Okay, so let us provide the thickness. Provide 160 mm thick. Okay. Section. So that is your T is equals to 160 mm. Next, you find the area of the steel required, area of steel required. So this is equal to AS required is equal to T by sigma ST. See from this formula, AS required is equals to T by sigma ST. Now T is 250 into 10 to the power 3 divided by sigma ST. Now sigma ST for HY for this grade, sigma ST is equals to 130 MPa. See, sigma ST for HYSD bar is 130. Okay, and for M30 grade of concrete, so it is divided by 130. You can find this value. So this will be around 1923 mm square. Okay, so this is the area of steel required to resist the area of steel required to resist tension. Okay, we also have to check or make sure that this AS is sufficient to cater the temperature stresses, that is minimum steel. So you have to find AS minimum also. So AS minimum, we know that it is the point for here the grade of the concrete is grade of the steel is Fe415. So for Fe415 means HYSD bar, it is 0.35. Here we have not been given the dimensions of the tank, so we'll assume this case. Okay, this case is to be used when any of the dimension is less than 15 meter. So let us say it is 0.35. So 0.35% of surface zone area. Okay, so it is 0.35 times. Now the surface zone here, this case will be there because our depth is less. Our depth is 160 mm. Okay, which is less than 500 mm. So the surface zone is the portion half the depth above and half the depth below. So it is we can say 0.35 will be 0.35 by 100 into width of 1000 mm multiply by this see here 160 mm thickness is there, so directly either you can take 160 or you can use 80 mm. Okay, but if you are using 80 mm, then it has to be provided in each face, or if you are using 160 mm thickness, then you divide this with on both the faces, divide it by 2 on each face. Okay, this steel is to be provided on each face, so this will be 0.35 okay, and let us say multiply by 2 for 2 faces, so it will be 0.35 into 2 into 1000 into 80 divided by 100, so that is 560. Okay, so here this value is greater than 560 mm square, or we can write this is greater than AS minimum equal to 560 mm square. So we will be using this value to provide the area of the steel. So let us provide 12 dia at that 100 mm 110 mm center to center, okay, on both faces. Okay, another way to provide is provide 16 mm dia at 100 mm center to center, but this is centrally provided. Okay, because our thickness is less than 200 mm, it is less than 200 mm, we can provide the reinforcement in single layer also. If the clause just we have discussed, if the thickness of the member is less than 200 mm, we can provide the reinforcement in single layer. So and for the distribution bars, for the distribution steel, provide that has to be based on this minimum steel. Okay, distribution steel based on minimum AS, based on AS minimum. Okay, so provide, for that you provide 8 dia at the 175 center to center on each face. Okay, now here we have multiplied with 2, so no need to show that each face, or you can provide 10 dia at the rate 140 mm center to center centrally. Okay, so if we see it in figure, okay, so this is the alternate number 1. Okay, and this is alternate 2. In alternate 1, both faces reinforcements are provided on both faces. Reinforcement on both face, and here reinforcement is provided centrally. Okay, so from the calculation, so if you want to provide reinforcement on both faces, it is 12 dia 110 center to center. Okay, so it is 12 dia 110 center to center on both faces, here as well as this. Okay, and if you want to provide it centrally, then it is 16 dia 100 center to center, so it is 16 dia 100 center to center. Okay, and for the distribution steel, if it is provided on each faces, then it is 8 dia 175 center to center, so it is 8 dia 100 175 center to center on each face, and if it is provided centrally, then 10 dia 140 center to center, 10 dia 140 center to center. Now see here you can write AS provided is equal to for 12 dia area of single bar is 110 multiplied by 1000 divided by 110, that is the spacing, so it will be 113, and this is provided on both the faces, so multiply it with the 2, multiply it with 2, so 113 into 2 into 1000 divided by 110. So area of the steel in this case it is 2055 mm square, which is greater than the AS required. AS required. AS required was how much? It is the 1923. So it is okay. And for the second case, AS provided is we are providing 16 dia. So area of 16 dia is 201 into 1000 divided by spacing, that is 100. So it will be 2010 mm square. Again, this is greater than this AS required, equal to 1923 mm square. So again it is okay. So whatever the steel we have provided is okay. And but you can detail this in two way. Either you can provide steel on both the faces, or you can provide in single faces. Since it is the thickness, because the thickness is less than 200 mm, so we can go for the single layer detailing also. Now this is the one way of this was the method 1. Okay, the another method is to find the area of the steel, and then you find the thickness by putting the values here. Okay, so from this you can get the thickness. So method 2, so in method 2 we first find AS. Either of the method you can use. It will be AS required is equal to T divided by sigma ST, that is T is 250 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 130. So you will get 1927 how much it was, 1923 mm square. Okay, so once you have the steel, then you put the value of the steel. So from this you can provide the steel. So let us say provide 12 dia at the rate 110 mm center to center on each face. Any of the way you can provide, either this way or this way. Second, so AST provided. So AS provided is equals to 2055 mm square, which is greater than AS required, equals to 1923 mm square. So it is okay. Now from this formula, the sigma CT, you equate this with this. Okay, so sigma CT is equal to, now sigma CT is equal to T divided by B into T plus M minus 1 into AS. Okay, this is the formula. Now for M30 grade of concrete, the value of this sigma CT is sigma CT for M30 grade is for M30 grade sigma CT is 1.5. Okay, so it is 1.5 MPa. So therefore 1.5 is equal to T, that is 250 into 10 to the power 3 divided by B 1000 mm into T. T is unknown to us, plus modular ratio for this M30 grade. The modular ratio is 9.33. See here we have calculated for M30. For M30 grade modular ratio is 9.33. So it is 9.33 minus 1 into AS, whatever the AS you have provided, that is 2055. So from this you will get the thickness. If you transform this in terms of T, you will get the thickness as 149.5 mm. So again let us say 160 mm. So by this way you can also find the thickness, or you can use the direct formula. Okay, so method 2 is using formula, and method 1 is using direct table. So whichever is convenient to you, you can use. Okay, so with this we stop here. If you have any doubt, we can discuss now. Any doubt? Yes, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so we stop here. In the next class, we'll go through the design of members subjected to bending. So here we have considered the members subjected to only direct tension, but in the next class we'll see how if the members are subjected to bending moment, and how to design those members. That we will see in the next class. Okay, you can leave the class now.